Welcome back to the Professor's Lab. I'm Professor V, and this is round one of our league challenge that happened at Die Hard Games on August 22nd, 2024. If you didn't know, Die Hard League happens every Thursday at 6 p.m. Central, featuring casual and tournament play of whatever format everyone wants. Stellar Crown pre-releases continues Saturday, September 7th at 1 p.m. Go see more pre-release dates in this video's description. League Challenge Thursday, September 12th at 6 p.m. And our second special Sun and Moon On format tournament Thursday, September 19th at 6 p.m. all Central Time, all at Die Hard Games, and check out Pokemon's event locator for premiere and other events at the shop, such as league challenges, league cups, pre-releases, and more. Please hit that like button right quick, subscribe to this channel, ring the bell for notifications, say what you need to say in the comments, and all that other good free stuff. But anyways, let's research this game. Regidrago mirror match. Right Regidrago is starting us off, benching a Teal Mask Ogerpon EX, attaching a fire energy to that Regidrago V in the active spot. And pass. Not the most explosive of turns, but we've got the bare minimum, and I'd be happy with that. On to our left Regidrago's turn as they attach a fire energy to the active Regidrago. Use an Ultra Ball to discard that Noivern EX and a Professor's Research in order to search the deck for a Pokemon, Basic or Evolution. It'll either be that Teal Mask or Regidrago, maybe a Squawk ability if they play that, but they're going to go for that beautiful Teal Mask Ogerpon EX to put onto the bench. Anything you can do, I can do better. Next is Earthen Vessel, discarding a card, that's super odd, in order to search the deck for up to 2 basic energy. 2 grass found here. We're keeping things green at the league challenge here. And definitely a teal dance in our near future here as the player shuffles things up. I think they have 1 card in hand and they discard a research. So that's got to be a supporter, right? Teal Dance, accelerate an energy to that bench Teal Mask, and then draw a card. And they find that beautiful League Nest Ball here in order to search their deck for a basic Pokemon to add to the bench. Another Teal Mask Ogerpon EX joins the party here. We've already got the grass energy in hand. I don't think we could have written this up any better for our left Regidrago player here. I like the ability markers here. Second one comes down on that Teal Mask. Teal Dance, number 2. Accelerate an energy, draw a card. Looks like an Earthen Vessel was found, so instead of discarding that Professor's Research with it, we're going to discard it with the Research. Discard the hand and draw 7 fresh new cards. That supporter does. A Mew EX is found and put onto the bench with its free retreat and restart ability. Another Ultra Ball, perfectly discarding 2 more Dragon Pokemon for that Regidrago V-Star to copy their attacks from the discard pile, of course. Ultra Ball discarding Kyurem and Altaria in order to search the deck for another Pokemon. A backup main attacker, second Regidrago V, hits the bench here. A lot more explosive start for our player that went second. As you can see, playing supporter cards on your first turn equals very good. Just depends on the deck, though, whether they want to go first or second. Also, the player's play style with that particular deck. Next is Regidrago V's attack. Really, you guys gonna make me research that in the Professor's Lab? I mean, what else do you want me to do here but research Pokemon? Alright, let's check out this Regidrago V. Usually the basic doesn't attack, but every once in a while it becomes relevant. This one has the Celestial Roar attack for colorless energy. Discard the top 3 cards of your deck. If any of those cards are energy cards, attach them to this Pokemon. Okay, not a bad attack to use there. And 3 non-energy cards discarded, I think, with that Celestial Roar. Yeah, okay, maybe you didn't want to discard that Iono, but overall, not too bad of a turn one for our left Regidrago player here. As our right Regidrago player continues their turn, benching a Pheasantipity EX. Cannot use its ability at this time, but it's there for the future when we need it. Let's see what else our right Regidrago player can do in order to respond to the left Regidrago player's strong setup this turn. Professor's Research. Let it all go and start fresh. Discarding a Super Rod and a Radiant Greninja and a Energy Switch. Pretty painful research there, I would say. But you gotta do what you gotta do to progress the board, as a Regidrago V-Star is found and evolved in the active spot here. Nest Ball is played next in order to search the deck for a basic Pokemon of their own to add to the bench. Can you play a Nest Ball if your bench is full? Professor's Lab pop quiz. Let me know in the comments, please. Also, give me any feedback you want. Just say hi. Use that comment section. I have to click this video is not intended for minors or children or something like that in order to enable comments. So let's use them, right? As another Regidrago V is found with that Nest Ball, and it hits the bench there. Yeah, our player would like to see a Teal Dance, Energy Switch, Energy Attachment from hand, and we need Dragon Pokemon in the discard still. There we go. That's how you do it, I guess. Earthen Vessel discards a Dragapult EX in order to search the deck for a couple more Grass Energy to put in the hand. The whole point of this Regidrago V-Star deck, of course, is to get Dragon-type Pokemon in the discard pile in order to use Apex Dragon, its attack, for 2 Grass and 1 Fire. Choose an attack from a Dragon Pokemon in your discard pile and use it as this attack. We've got the Phantom Diver in the discard. Let's see if we could do it this turn, as a Teal Dance accelerates energy into play and allows the player to draw a card. We still need an Energy Switch and a Grass Energy. There's the Grass Energy attachment from hand, and we think we have it guaranteed now with Legacy Star. Regidrago V-Star has a Legacy Star V-Star power ability. Discard the top 7 cards of your deck. We're seeing that right now. Then put 2 cards from your discard pile into your hand. An okay-ish Legacy Star. Of course, we're going to add the Energy Switch needed into the hand from the discard pile. We've got a Dragon type in the discard that we can copy its attack. It's a relevant attack with that Phantom Dive Dragapult EX attack. 200 damage to the active, then you may put 6 damage counters on your opponent's bench Pokemon in any way you like. But before all that, our player has to resolve this Legacy Star V-Star power ability. We get the Energy Switch back. The other card, it just depends on what's in hand. If it's not a very strong hand, you probably get something like the Professor's Research or another supporter to draw you more cards. It just depends on what's in hand, in deck, and prize cards. And that is for our players to decide, as a Super Rod is decided upon to add back to the hand. Energy Switch moves that energy from the Teal Mask Ogerpon onto the active. It is fully powered up, and we are going to see Apex Dragon copy Dragapult's Phantom Dive attack. Like I said, 200 to the active and 6 on the bench. You probably try to bring everything down to 200 HP, right? So I think we did 10 to each of the Ogerpon on the bench, and then put the rest, the 4, on the Regidrago V. Looking good so far. Not a bad turn to follow up for our right Regidrago player. Our left one responds first with an Energy Switch, moving that Grass Energy to the active Regidrago V. They're going to attach a Grass Energy per turn to the active Regidrago V. Now we need a Regidrago V-Star. Super Rod is going to be played now to shuffle back into the deck a Regidrago V. And my guess is the last card in hand. No. We still got Muse Restart. I was going to say the last card in hand. It must be a researcher, supporter, telegraphed by that Super Rod play there. But it could just be thinning that out of the hand for a Muse Restart. Here we go. Muse Restart. Draw up to 3 cards in hand. 2 cards off of this one. Fire Energy and Grass Energy. We're still moving here as a Teal Dance accelerates that Grass Energy onto one of the Ogerpon on the bench and draw 1 card. We're looking for the V-Star here. Okay, there's a Nest Ball to fill the board up a little more and thin the deck out a bit more as well. No target selected there. Another Teal Mask could have been good depending on how many this deck plays. Our left Regidrago player plays a little more unorthodox attackers, dragon attackers in their list, but okay, the research was in hand. So Professor's Research, discard the hand, draw 7 fresh new cards. We've got to find the Regidrago V-Star off of 7 cards from the top, right? Or a way to find it with that Ultra Ball, of course. But first, we're going to Teal Dance number 2, accelerate energy to that Ogerpon and draw a card. And there's an Ultra Ball in hand. Okay. So we did the Teal Dance to draw and see if there was going to be an optimal discard. Two fine discards here. Ultra Ball discarding a Regidrago V and a Raging Bolt EX in order to search the deck for that Regidrago V-Star and evolve in the active spot. I think the KO can be taken here with that Raging Bolt in the discard pile now. But we'll see what our Regidrago player left decides what's best. They are taking a look at their discard, identifying the dragon Pokemon there, and deciding which attack to use. It looks like it will be that Raging Bolt attack. Discard any number of basic energy cards in play and do 70 times the amount of energy cards you discarded in this way to the opponent's active. So 4 needing to be discarded here. Not bad at all. Yep, 4 energy discarded 4 times 7 is 28. 280 damage. Guess how much HP Regidrago V-Star has? Knockout. First 2 prizes taken here. Our right Regidrago player promotes Regidrago V. Nope, Teal Mask Ogerpon. We're debating on who's going to float into the active spot here. Pheasantipity will be live, but before the top deck, before anything else can happen, the Pokemon promotion into the active spot must happen first. Teal Mask Ogerpon EX in the active spot. Play resumes over on its side. We need to attack here. Finding a Regidrago V-Star and the right resources, the energy switches and the energy to attach are going to be priority number 1 for our right Regidrago player here. The V-Star power has been used already, so there is no ripcord. Everything has to be crafted carefully from hand. As a Super Rod is played to shuffle back into the deck, a couple energies and that Radiant Charizard. It may still be a bit too soon for Radiant Charizard to come into play here, but not impossible. It can attack for 3 energy, right? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I think so. And then it would be the 1 prize in the active, so attacking at Radiant Zard here isn't too bad. A little less resource intensive than attacking with the Regidrago V-Star, but let's see what our Regidrago players got. Superior Energy Retrieval discards a couple of cards in order to put some energy from the discard pile back into the hand, up to 4 basic energy, of course. There is still Teal Dance and Pheasantipity EX. Flip the script. Teal Dance first, accelerate that energy, draw a card. Boss's orders may or may not help. Nope, because there was already a Prime Catcher in hand. Alright, so it looks like we are stalling, I think. Prime Catcher, that ace spec, moves an opponent's bench to the active, and then the Prime Catcher player does the same. Double Regidrago in the active spot here as Professor's Research is played next, discarding the hand and drawing 7 fresh new cards. Will this be the Research? We're still digging. Pheasantipity EX, flip the script. If your opponent took a knockout on their last turn, you can use flip the script to draw 3 cards. Fire Energy being debated on attached to the active Regidrago V. And it looks like we are committing to that. Much better lighting in this area. Now we just need the high resolution video capture. That's coming soon. Once I can get everything all sorted. Ultra Ball is being debated on being played next by our right Regidrago player. They can find the Regidrago V-Star here with that, but they still need the double energy switch in order to get an attack off. And I'm guessing they don't have it in hand based off of the body language. I think I saw at least one energy switch in there. Nest Ball, I can't really see the hand here. Fire Energy. And it all just depends on what's there. The Radiant Charizard can be found with this Ultra Ball as well. And then you can push a 1 prizer into the active spot. So maybe that's the strategy here. But ideally the player would like to attack and take a KO to keep up in the prize race here. Looks like we are committing to this Ultra Ball, Earthen Vessel, and Research being gotten rid of here in order to search the deck for a Pokemon card, Basic or Evolution. Looks like we're going for that V-Star. Regidrago V-Star. Nest Ball is played next as well to find that Radiant Charizard and put that on the bench. I think you do evolve the Regidrago V so that way it's got more HP. You're not really trying the Celestial Roar here. And we did the Gust stall play as well, so not the end of the world yet for our right Regidrago player. Regidrago V-Star evolves now. There is that single energy switch in hand. Ooh, and things are just passed over, hoping the opponent's got no way to get out of the active spot as play resumes over on their side. Now our opponent needs a way to switch out of the active spot and a grass energy to keep trucking here. Not too much to ask for, but just depends on the list and what they have access to. Nest Ball is played first to bring a third Teal Mask Ogerpon EX onto the bench. If there's grass energy in hand, we've got some draw. The hand may be a little bit too big to profit off of a Mew EX restart. But let's see what our players got. Teal Dance, number 1. Accelerate that grass energy, draw a card. Our players are checking out their discard piles, making sure they're aware of the board state, as both players are responsible for it. If you guys didn't know that, now you know. Superior Energy Retrieval, discarding a couple cards in order to put Fire, Grass, Grass, Grass back into the hand from the discard pile. We've got more card draw incoming here with a second Teal Dance, accelerate that energy, draw a card, and a third one. Board is full again, even for another Raging Bolt attack. That would be amazing. Bellowing Thunder, I think is what that attack is called. 2 energy, 7, or Regidrago can copy it and discard it, energy from the field 70 times for as much you discard. So good. But not before an Ultra Ball is played here, discarding a couple cards in order to search their deck for the second Regidrago V-Star to evolve. These Regidrago, these left Regidrago are tanks. Okay, we just need that switch card, or just a way to power up the active with 0 energy on it, meaning energy attachment to energy switch. Oh, Legacy Star is still live too. So energy attached to the active Regidrago. First energy switch, moving an energy from the Ogre Pawn to that active Regidrago, and there it's guaranteed with the V-Star power. Legacy Star, discard the top 7 cards of the deck, and then put 2 cards from the discard pile into the hand. Wow. This is going to be devastating for our right Regidrago player, as both in consecutive turns Regidrago V-Star are one shot. Energy switch number 1 going to be added back to the hand, as well as a Super Rod. Okay. Very conservative but wise play from our players here today. Super Rod will shuffle back into the deck. Grass, and Fire. Yeah, because that deck was getting pretty thin. But with the 2 Regidrago set up here, it's looking very good for our left Regidrago player. 0 Regidrago in play for the opponent after this turn, assuming they take the KO. Energy switch, moving that energy from Ogre Pawn to the active Regidrago, and there we go, out of nowhere. 0 energy to start the turn, 3 energy at the end. Let's look at all of our dragon type Pokemon in the discard pile and figure out what is the best attack to do. I think you are pretty safe with a Raging Bolt KO, but it just depends on our player's strategy here. Our right player is busting out the damage counters, so it looks like we're going for a Goodra. Again, conservative defense going on here. Goodra's Rolling Iron was copied here. Goodra V-Stars. 200 damage to the active Pokemon, and the next turn that Regidrago will take 80 less damage from the opponent's attacks. That's why they marked that 80 right there. As play resumes over on our right Regidrago side, Teal Mass, Accelerate Energy, draw a card. A Regidrago, backup Regidrago V found and put onto the bench here. And we still need an energy switch attachment to get the attack off this turn. The opponent didn't take a knockout last turn, so that Radiant Charizard is not live with its Excited Heart ability. Still need 3 energy on it in order to get its attack off. Combustion Blast on that Radiant Charizard on the bench. Oh. We're debating on attaching a fire energy to it, probably for the future. Oh, energy switch. Okay. Alright, we got an energy switch, moving a grass energy to that active V-Star. Grass energy in hand, so we've got the attack. But now what do we do to win the game? How can we put ourselves in the best position to win the game? I don't think there is a KO on this active V-Star. What was there, 4 damage counters on it? And the max we could do is 200. I think the only dragon Pokemon are those Dragapult EX in the discard, so 200 damage max can be done to the active. And I think that's what we gotta go for. So our player's deciding where to put the damage counters on the bench, how best to put them. I don't think it matters too much. Maybe just 1 on the fresh Ogre Pawn, and then the rest on the Regidrago. So it looks like we are seeing a Phantom Dive here. Oh, and actually the damage is reduced, right? So 120 damage to the active Pokemon. And it looks like all 6 damage counters are going to go on to the heavily damaged V-Star on the bench. as play resumes over on left Regidrago's side. Starting things off with a teal dance, accelerate that energy and draw a card. A KO is lined up here already. KO's already on board. The opponent would then go in with the Radiant Charizard and take a knockout, but then all you would basically need is like boss for game or something. So a fine position our left Regidrago player is in as they're debating which attack would be best to use. 200 damage on that active Regidrago V-Star on the opponent's side. So we got to do at least 80 damage. And they're debating on copying that Noivern. Yeah, maybe just another Gudra attack would be best. I don't think the Noivern attack gets the KO. And you definitely want to take the KO here, I think. So we might be going for 30 damage. I think that was copying the Regidrago V attack. Yeah, Dragon Laser. This attack does 130 damage and 30 to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. So knockout on the active, 30 onto the Pheasantipede EX. Basically a Dragapult EX at home, as Radiant Charizard flies into the active spot and play resumes on its side, fire energy attached to it. Its Excited Heart ability is live and super effective right now. Energy accelerated to the bench and a card drawn with that teal dance. I think we're doing next a Earthen Vessel to discard a card. Search the deck for any basic energy. No targets found here. That Radiant Charizard in the actives, Excited Heart, makes its attack cost a colorless less for each prize card the opponent has taken. Basically, when the opponent has 2 prize cards left, it can use Combustion Blast for 1 fire energy. And that is enough to KO the active. And an Iono. Okay. Not bad. Not bad at all. Both players shuffle their hands, put it at the bottom of their deck, and then draw cards from the top equal to their remaining prize cards. Left Regidrago gets 2 here. You see what's happening here? And the right Regidrago gets 6. Next is flip the script on that Pheasantipede EX to draw 3 more cards, since there was a KO taken by the opponent last turn. And yeah, I think we just KO and pray that the opponent doesn't have boss energy attachment, right? Combustion Blast, 250 damage, more than enough to KO. Mew with Free Retreat moves into the active spot and play resumes over on its side. I think I saw the grass energy in hand. Okay, for a teal dance at least. Accelerate that energy, draw a card. Another teal dance, ooh, being used. Accelerate an energy, draw a card. We're looking for grass energy boss's orders. We had a couple of grass's energy, but no boss. There is the Mew restart to be used if the hand can be thinned down anymore. 5 or so cards in deck here. Not aware of how many boss's orders are in the discard pile. The Prime Catcher is in the discard pile still, I think. Okay, grass energy attached to that Regidrago, and Mew EX restart for 1. Free retreats into that powered up Regidrago V-Star. Boss's orders being found off of that Mew restart there for game. Boss's orders will bring up something with less than 200 HP, like this Pheasantipede with 30 damage on it. And then any of the attacks in the discard that do 200 or more can be used to KO that Pheasantipede EX for the last 2 prize cards of the game. Awesome way to kick off our league challenge here. What do you think of this video in the commentary? Please leave feedback in the comments. Like this video, subscribe to this channel. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time in the Professor's Lab.